What's up guys, it's your boy Dorian here, back at it again with another video. And before I get started, I just want to say shout out to my afro. It's looking glorious. That's partly the reason why I didn't upload a video last week, is because the process, in order to get an afro, I had to wait a couple days while it calmed back down. Like, I looked like a cotton ball. I looked like Cat Williams for a little bit, so I didn't want to upload a video while I was looking like Cat Williams. But we're all good now, so we're going to go ahead and jump right into today's video. And as you can tell by the title, I'm just going to give you the top moments of Season 1 of Agents of S.H.I.E.L.D. And I'll also be doing Season 2 and Season 3 later on this week, Wednesday and Friday. And I'm just doing these recaps for these seasons because I know a lot of people want to watch Season 4 of Agents of S.H.I.E.L.D. because of the new Ghost Rider, but they're not sure if they should jump right in at Season 4, and they wouldn't understand like the characters or what's going on. Since we are starting from Season 1, I think it's only right that I introduce the main cast, the characters that you'll see throughout Season 1, Season 2, and Season 3. So when I am talking about their characters, you'll know who I'm talking about, and you can be like, that's who he's talking about. I remember him talking about that. So the first person is Agent Coulson. Everybody loves him. We all know him from the movies, if you're not familiar with the show, but everybody knows him from the Avengers when he got stabbed by Loki, and that still hurts me. He's alive right now, but it still hurts me that he was killed like that. Also, shout out to Tom Hiddleston and Taylor Swift for breaking up. I'm glad they did that. But don't say that my boy Tom was using her for publicity and just to get movie roles. He's probably done a bunch of movies and will probably do more movies without Taylor Swift. So yeah, don't say shit about my boy Tom. He might be playing the villain, but he's part of the Marvel family, so I got his back. The next character is Skye, who is also my wife in real life. But when we meet her character in the show, she's like a computer hacker. She's part of some organization trying to hack and defeat the government from online and on the web and stuff like that. But that's pretty much her character from the beginning. The next person is Melinda Million, and when we meet her character, she's on the desk working, typing papers and stuff, because we find out later in Season 2 that there was an incident that just caused her so much pain and she couldn't be a field agent again. So you'll actually find that out in the recap of Season 2. But gotta watch. And then there's Agent Ward, who was probably one of the top recruits to ever come out of the S.H.I.E.L.D. class. I remember Agent Hill, I remember her telling Ward that he was the top in his class and that he had higher scores than Natasha and Clinton or something like that, but he is a real deal and he is not a force to be reckoned with. And then there's Fitzsimmons. Even if you don't watch this show, you should know who Fitzsimmons is. They're the best friend team up. They get everything done. They were the smartest students to graduate from their S.H.I.E.L.D. Academy. They are the brains of the team. Like, without them, the team would probably have died multiples of times. And that's pretty much the main cast that you need to know throughout Season 1, Season 2, and Season 3. And also somebody else you'll need to know for Season 1 and Season 2 recaps is Rayna. She's a weird, mysterious person. We don't really know her story in Season 1. You just see her around, just lurk, and she's basically the lurker of Season 1. And what we do find out is that she's just really interested in people with extra power. What is that word called? Enhanced power, enhanced abilities. She's interested in people with enhanced abilities for some reason, which we don't know. So now that we have all our characters and a little bit of background info, I'm just going to jump into these top moments. There's not going to be any moments from the first half of the season, like I said, because there wasn't really any game changers, or there wasn't really anything significant to happen. So all of these recaps, all of these highlights are going to be from the back half of Season 1, and that's why this video is going to be a little bit shorter than the other two. So number 1, we actually find out how Coulson was brought back to life. While the team was on a mission, Skye kind of did her own thing a little bit and ended up getting shot by one of their adversaries, and she was shot a couple times and was on the brink of death until Coulson and the team found her and was like, we can't let her die. This is not how my girl's going to go out. So they tried to take her to the hospital. The hospital was like, you got to find her family because there's nothing else we could do for her. We've slowed it down, but she's not going to make it. And Coulson was like, that's my family. That's my team. What you mean? You can't save her. So the team refused to let that be the end of Skye. So what they ended up doing was doing some research, finding out that the serum, there was a serum that they used on Coulson, and they were like, hey, we can use that on Skye too. So the serum was called GH325, and they discovered it at the place. They had to kill a few people that were, I think, on their team, but they ended up killing the people because the team that they were fighting against was just stubborn about not letting this get out. So they ended up taking them out, and then they found the serum, were able to take it and give it back to Skye. But while they were giving it to Skye, Coulson decided to do a little bit more investigating, and he found out the serum was from a Kree alien body, a dead Kree alien body that they were using an experiment on. And he was like, hell no, I don't want that in Daisy. I don't want that in Skye. I'd rather her die and just that be the end of it. But they injected it into her already, and then that's just sad. And she was able to survive, and there wasn't any side effects or clear side effects on her end. But what we did see is Coulson drawing some scribbly lines at the end, and that only happened because of the serum that was inside of him, the Kree serum. There's something he's drawing, or he has to get out, and that's the side effect that we see with Coulson. Is it in Skye? Do we see Skye drawing? You gotta watch the season 2 recap. Next moment. Number 2, Ward shows his true colors. You with the sad eyes, don't be discouraged. Oh, I realize it's hard to take courage, cause I see your truth. The showrunners couldn't do anything big until Captain America Winter Soldier dropped, but when it did drop, they were like, hey, we need to make one of the best agents on our team into Hydra. And they did that, and they made it was revealed that Hydra was in fact in S.H.I.E.L.D., and then a whole bunch of stuff went down, and it was revealed that Ward was a part of Hydra the whole time. And I was just like, I was shook, to be honest, because I was rooting for Ward. I wanted him to be a good guy. I wanted him to, like, he was a dick at first, but I wanted him to just prove the haters wrong. He really didn't have any haters. He was a top recruit, but I just wanted him to be the agent that we all wanted him to be. He didn't have to be Black Widow. He didn't have to be like a Hawkeye. He just had to be Ward. But they made him evil, and I respect them for having the balls to do that. They just made him one of the best villains in the MCU, to be honest. Like, I don't understand how you can consistently carry a character from season 1 to season 3 and have him still be a main villain without it being like, come on, how is he not dead yet? And they did it to fruition. Is that a word? Fruition. Number 3, Fitzsimmons has a super close call. It's probably one of the saddest scenes I've ever watched on TV, because when Fitzsimmons hurts, I hurt. After Ward was revealed to be Hydra and whatnot, there was some grand scheme plan that him and Hydra and the bullshit were trying to do. But what ended up happening is, before he did that, he took out Fitz and Simmons and he threw them in one of their rooms, and then threw them in the ocean where there's no like oxygen or anything. That's messed up to leave 2 people, just throw them in the bottom of the ocean in a like submerge in like a little box. You know Ward was evil after he did that. Fitz thought they were gonna die down there. I mean, I would too. I mean, if they were in the bottom of the ocean, he thought they were gonna die. So he told Gemma how he felt about her, and he was like, I love you, babe. You my heart. I'm gonna do this all for you. And I think he cut off his oxygen or something like that, so that Gemma could have a little bit more time, so maybe she could get out of there. That's real love, because if I was in there with somebody else, I would just been like, we gonna die together. I'm not gonna let you just go by yourself. We both gonna die. You get some oxygen, I get some oxygen, or we out. But what ended up happening is they were rescued by Nick Fury, aka Samuel L. Jackson, aka Snakes on a motherfucking plane. And him cutting off his oxygen did some pretty bad damage to his brain, but they left a little cliffhanger. They were like, he's alive at the end, but they didn't say like what condition he was in. We see the effects of what he did in the season finale pan out throughout season 2, which I thought was pretty cool. Number 4, Nick Fury saves the day. So Coulson and the S.H.I.E.L.D. team were fighting Garrett, Ward, and Deathlock. And Deathlock was only fighting for Hydra because they had his kid, but Skye managed to save his kid and get him out of there. So Deathlock was like, I'm not gonna fight for Hydra anymore. I'm a good guy. I really just didn't. I had to fight with y'all because y'all have my kid. So now that y'all don't have my kid, I'm about to destroy y'all. And he turns sides and then ends up helping Nick Fury and Coulson, and they start whooping some ass. And then they whoop some ass. They capture Ward. They destroy Garrick, or Coulson destroys Garrick, and then Nick Fury tells Coulson that he's the new S.H.I.E.L.D. director because he has to stay low because he's still technically dead from the events of Winter Soldier. So Coulson is now the new S.H.I.E.L.D. director. He runs stuff. Deathlock is trying to be a hero now and redeem himself for his son because he did do some bad stuff, but he was forced to do it. It really wasn't his fault. I really haven't talked about her much, but we meet Rayna's boss. And like I said at the beginning, Rayna was just a lurker. She was just trolling throughout season 1, not really doing anything, just looking out for herself and just interested in enhanced people. And you don't know why, but she is just drawn towards them. If there's an enhanced person on the show, she happens to be in that episode. But what does end up happening is at the end of the season, we see her give a picture of Skye to a man saying, I found your daughter, and then bam, bam, bam. And the reason why that's significant is because throughout the overall season, Skye has just been wanting to know who her family was, where she's come from, because she was an orphan and gone through the foster house. She just didn't know what happened to her parents or anything like that. So that's been part of her, that's been an overall story arc of her character, and they do explore that a lot more in season 2, and I can't wait to dive more into that. And that's pretty much it for my recap video, guys. I hope you enjoyed this video, and if you thought there was any other highlights I should have mentioned mentioned in this video, make sure to let me know in the comments because I love to hear you guys' thoughts. Anything positive or anything about Agents of S.H.I.E.L.D., you can definitely leave them in my comments because the show doesn't give enough credit. It really is a great show. And I'll have a season 2 and season 3 recap later on this week. Make sure to like and subscribe, and I will see you guys later. Peace out, A-Town. Respect the fro. Oh yeah, give a thumbs up for the fro single-handedly. Give me a thumbs up. Look at that. Like, just moisturize, just condition, just Afro thunder the fuck out, bro.